What's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of Satisfactory. Thank you guys so much for the support that you gave on last video. It was absolutely amazing just to let me know that I definitely need to make a series about this game. You guys have been so awesome when it comes down to the comment section and then just being in my Twitch chat telling me the type of stuff that you guys love to see. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright, now the goal is to figure out where did we leave off. I always forget these types of things whenever I go right back into it. Well, look at that! If that's not cinematic to start off episode 2, I don't know what is. Holy cow, the spaceship's landing right now? That is absolutely perfect timing. Well, hello there, friend. Look at how pretty that is. Alright, I think today what we need to do is get our copper farm up and running. I think that's what we need to do. Last episode, oh, that's right, we got all of our power sorted, and all of this is smelting and cooking and doing the things that it needs to be doing. So I think, in theory, we should have both of these running pretty efficiently. Let's see here, what do we need? The hub is fully upgraded. It's like we're actually doing pretty freaking good. Let's turn some of this into concrete. Doesn't look like we have a ton of it. Get all of this limestone that we've got in here turning into concrete. One of the biggest feedbacks I got about last video was everybody loved the time lapses, so we are going to make sure that we do plenty of those in this video. Especially if we can get some more building materials in the next little bit. I think that it would be not a bad idea for us to do a little time lapse of building as well. So we are going to knock a ton of stuff out in today's episode. Go ahead and let's go check on here. Just make sure this is doing what it's supposed to, as it is. Lovely. And what do we need for another miner? Just one of those, and we are good to go. Ooh, I think... Don't we already have one up here? I think we might already have one up here. I mean, if that's the case, man, this makes my life a whole lot easier. Ooh, I also know that we are going to be low on fuel. Yes, we do have one up here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. Let's pick it up. And let's plant down a real factory right here. Have it face... We'll have it face this way. I know it's going towards this wall, but we can just pull everything up and over it. I think it'll look nice when we get to that point. Then we'll need a smelter. It looks like we are good to go on the smelter already. Just toss that bad boy down right here. The biggest issue I think we're going to have with these bad boys is getting power. I think we're going to have a problem getting power, but for the time being, let's just make sure that we can at least get it. Get something put in place here. Pull a conveyor belt up here, just to make it a little bit more ease of access for us when it comes to storage. We should be able to plop down a little storage container as well. Lovely. Okay, there we go with that. Let's go ahead and grab our conveyor belt. Oop. Oopsie poopsies. Oopsie, and there goes our power. Yep, we literally called that. Quite literally, we called that. Okay, let's just put this down right here. Give it a little bit more space in case I don't get it lined up. Which, of course, I didn't. Okay, that'll do, that'll do. We got ourselves a little water slide, but hey, as long as it works, and it looks like it does. Now, let's grab some power lines. See if we can't just create a nice little power line system right here. Go ahead and connect this one. Ooh, I'm out of cables. Okay, well, we have our agenda. Get more power running, grab more fuel for the power, and then definitely craft us up some more cables. Oh, what is this?
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data to fix it to make an informed decision.
Very good.
Store this potential resource for later use.
Looks like the fuse was blown on this one, but we still don't have fuel. Okay, back to the time lapse. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure that these stop blowing their fuses. I don't really understand why they're all shutting off on me. We went ahead and grabbed a bunch of leaves and turned it all into this biomass. I think the biomass is going to be a bit better when it comes to burning, because I think the leaves just burn too quickly. So we plugged in the biomass here. That should give us plenty of power. And then I went ahead and got us some cables as well. We should be able to take one off of this line, go plug it into this little copper line that we've got up here, and just hope and pray that we've got enough power going to all of this. Plug that in right there. This has only got one line going to it, so let's go ahead and grab another line off of this. Need to plug this in to the smelter. Now in theory, this should be farming. This should be crafting. Let's see. Sure is. Now we don't really want to put a crafter on the backside of this just yet, because I think that there's enough things. Actually, you know what? Should we? Should we just put a constructor on the backside of it? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. We can do the crafting when it comes to all the copper for us for right now. Not super worried about that as for the time being, because I want to inevitably get as much of that over to this area as possible. Right now I just don't know if we have the means of doing that. So I'm fine making the run, and I'm fine putting a little bit of handiwork to getting all of our copper put together. Now let's see here. I think the next thing that we need to do is get our upgrades up and going, and I don't really know what that's going to require. What is our next move when it comes to upgrades? Tier 1 base building. Yes, this is what I wanted to get done today. So let's go ahead and select this milestone. Go ahead and plug and play as many of these resources as we can into this for the time being. We should actually be able to finish. Yes, we can. We can get a lot of this part done. Look at that. That is very efficient. Very, very, very efficient. Let's go here. That one's done. That one's done. Now it's the concrete. I'm really curious to see if we actually have any going in here. The concrete's going to be the hard part of this whole thing. 97. Wait, that's more than I thought we were going to have. That's a lot more than I thought we were going to have. Okay, let's smack at this for a minute. Let's see if we can't get enough that we can maybe make a dent to this ourselves while it's mining. Okay, I went ahead and grabbed 90. If we grab whatever bags this has made, now that we have 90, I think we should be close to hitting our goal, because 90 should make us about 30 bags. Let's see. Go ahead and craft this up. Okay, perfect. We have 146. Plug that in there, and we are good. We went overboard. We actually didn't even need to do much. Push this button. Let's get this base building stuff launched. Let's go. Let's watch this thing. I love watching this fly.
Are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure.
Look at that.
In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all
so
events
cool.
prior to planetfall,
Okay, so we
be
just
assured
unlocked
that memories
foundations
of beloved
and
humans
walls.
and/or only
Let's
distractions
build
from
our
your
first
important
factory, I
mission.
think. Let's get organized. I think that's a great way to kind of move this video forward. I think right here, let's plop down a factory. What does it require? It requires 5 bags of concrete and lots of that. Okay, so lots and lots and lots of concrete. We're gonna need lots and lots and lots of concrete if we want to get at least a foundation for this thing going. We're also gonna want a lot of this stuff as well. Go back on over here. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab another one of these portable miners. Actually, you know what? Let's grab a couple. We're gonna have these things do some work for us on this this limestone as well, just while this is cooking. Just so we can kind of double down. I want to double down on how much production that we're doing. And I'm really curious, is this... Okay. So this is backlogging. Our constructor is backlogging. Well, that's good. That's also good to know, because we can pull out of there if we have to. Let's go ahead and let's toss 2 of these down right here. We're going to let these farm. Grab our bags of concrete. Gives us 50. That's not that much. And we're going to go in here and we're going to grab the backlog of this. Kind of let it refill as we go turn this into a bit more concrete. We're going to need a lot of it. And wow, this thing's already back. It's already back to say hi to us. All right, let's turn this back into concrete. Perfect. Gives us 91. I still don't even think we're relatively close to what we're going to need to build this thing, but we can at least get a bit of a layout going. I think we can get ourselves a little bit of a layout here, and just start snapping these pieces together. Okay, foundation. Do maybe what? Do we think 4 wide? Yeah, let's do 4 wide for right now. We'll make it longer than we have it wide. Let's push this thing all the way up to here, huh? Let's get a little crazy. Like Bob Ross used to say, get a little crazy. Nice. It's the perfect amount of concrete to give ourselves just a little bit of a foundational outline. Okay. Ooh, only 24 more bags. Yeah, this is gonna be a process, that's for sure. We are going to be doing a lot of crafting. I think... that's how the pros do it. Okay. You can do a little bit of a zoop building mode is what it's called. I think that's how we're going to run this thing from now on. Go ahead and go over here. Let's grab as much of this limestone as humanly possible. Very good. This thing is backlogging again, so we can grab some out of there. Just let it kind of backlog and do its thing. Grab the rest of that. Let's go craft this into more concrete, because we are obviously going to need it. Okay, awesome. I just went ahead and crafted up a bunch of different materials that we're going to need for stuff. And I went and I looked, and I saw these, which is making me really, really want to get this done. So I think we're just going to invest the materials here. Oh my goodness. I'm missing just one of those. Let's go ahead and invest that wire. Definitely I'm going to need more of that copper wire, but I think for the time being we can just run up to our little copper farm. We can just grab some of that out of there and then turn the rest of that into wire is what my plan is. Let's just make that nice and even or else my OCD is going to kill me. Uh-oh, is this one shut down? We're out of fuel here. Let's put some biofuel in there. Alright, look at how convenient this is. Just sitting right here for... Wait. Oh, baby! Oh my goodness, very, very, very nice. You know, honestly, with the way that that's cooking right there... No, let's wait, We're building a factory, let's just wait. Put all of this inside of this little factory right here and just make it all tidy-whitey. Just make it the way that we know that we should. Let's make it the way we know that we should. We can work with our hands for a little bit. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and plug the rest of that into there. Let's get this logistics launched, because I think this is going to give us the opportunity to do a bunch of really nice things.
Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
We can now split and merge conveyor belts, which should be very nice, and we can move them up and down. Perfect. 83 more. Look at that, 164.
Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out.
Yes, that's very relaxing. Thank you, Fix It.
On your duties.
Thank you, Ada. That's very relaxing. I think we want to make this just maybe one foundation wider. There we go. Let's do it like that. I think that's good for right now. Let's go ahead and slap some walls on this thing. Oh, the walls are relatively cheap. I think we're actually going to run out of metal plates before we run out of concrete. That's a first. Was not expecting that. Go grab our metal plates from here. Good thing we got a nice little surplus of them. And I kind of hate the orange. We might be swapping the orange color over to red. Maybe we do that before. Are we able to change the colors? We should be able to change the colors, right? Maybe? Maybe not yet. We might not have unlocked that yet. And it should be relatively easy to change colors once we get there. Wait, isn't it this button? No. Okay, we can't change the colors yet. That's okay. Slap down some basic walls. Go too high. Lovely. Got ourselves some basic walls here. Then we can kind of, I think, if my idea is right, maybe do ourselves a little bit of one of these, and one of these, one of these, and one of these. Okay. And this will leave us a nice little opening right here. We can run some conveyor belts through. So let's do the same thing on this side. Now this will give us the area to run the conveyor belts through, and then we can do kind of what I'm thinking is like a logistics line down here, and then we stack it, and we put all of our smelters up here, and then we stack it maybe with another logistics line, maybe something like that, just to make this look really nice. And now that I'm looking at this, I think we may have overstepped our boundaries a little bit, but grab a bit more materials, and I think this is looking good though. And it might not be bad for us to maybe start running our conveyor belts into there. But I think for the time being we're good. We might, I don't exactly know how we want to do this. We might have overstepped our reach just a little bit. We might want to just keep going for some upgrades and let our farms be farms for a bit. I think that might not be a bad idea, but it is good that we have the outline of a little base here for when we're ready here in the next minute or two that we can plug some stuff into that. I think we'd be crazy not to put some stuff into that this episode, but I think for right now, I think we're a little bit early. I think we're just a little early. What is this? Field research. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so this requires 100 of these, which we have got. This requires 300 screws and also 300 more wire, which is really making me want to go put one of these constructors up there. You know what? 300 wire, you've convinced me. You have convinced me. Let's do it. It should be enough to put down a constructor, right? Yes, it is. You know, game, you have forced my hand. You have forced my hand. Plop this down and just pray we have enough power to run it. This thing is not going to be here forever. We are going to pick up all of this, and we are going to organize it so it looks a whole lot better when we start getting it down. But for the time being, please, pray we have the power. Pray we have the power. Turn this on to wires. It is constructing. It is doing it. It is doing it. Okay. Hate to be that guy, but we're going to get rid of this storage container. We're going to grab this. We're going to plug this into here. And then just replace the storage container on the other side. We'll get rid of all of this anyways, so let's just build a nice little conveyor over here. Plop down our storage container right here, which we are missing iron plates for because we built a conveyor line. Of course. Of freaking course we are. Grab this. Oopsie poopsies, oopsie poopsies. Go ahead and make sure that this one is at least lined up so we use the minimum amount of iron plates as possible. Grab our conveyor. There we go. Okay, now this should make our automation for wire a lot simpler. Now we can also go back over here and we should have enough copper. Well, let's make sure that this reserve is filled. Is it stacking on top of each other? Yes, it is. Okay, so we don't need to make sure the reserve is filled. We can hold on to this copper. We can hold on to it. Look at how nice this is going to look. Perfect. There is all of our screws. There's about half of our wire. So let's go grab the rest of the wire. And I think, let's just see how much this thing is producing up here. If we have to do some by hand, once again, I'm more than happy to do some by hand. But just go up here and let's make sure that this is producing a hefty amount. Look at that. That is moving along, isn't it? I am not mad about that at all. 90 and what? Maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Very good. Okay, let's go back on in here. Look at that jump. That was perfect. Let's just make the rest of this while we're here. Perfect. This should be all that we need for this one. Alright, let's go ahead and launch the field research. This is going to give us a bunch of new stuff. Look at all these upgrades. Upgrades and upgrades and upgrades.
Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies.
Very good.
Potential
Let's do it.
Technologies include
just get that down right now.
Tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars. Construct,
Very good.
automate, explore, and exploit. To
Exploit.
advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Very good. Ada, you are funny. You're funny, Ada. Now we just need some more cable, which means inevitably we'll need some more wire. Just make some more of this wire. We should be able to pop down this MAM. Excited to do this. I think this is how we research stuff. So, let's just put this right here, maybe. I'm sure we'll probably find a place to move this to. Alien megafauna. Gives us alien protein. I wonder what we would need that for. And nutrients. And it looks like we can unlock a bunch of different stuff. I don't see a reason why we can't do some of this research. Nice, it's like a little skill tree. That's good. Oh, whoa, a rebar gun. I don't even know half the stuff that's used to make that.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Interesting. Just go ahead and let's just restock on all of this stuff. just so we have it inside of our inventory in case we want to build something. Alright, now what can we build inside of here? The tier 2 chainsaw and solid biofuel. We definitely are going to want that. Assembler, there's the rotor thing that we saw. Jump pads, sync, and logistics mark II. I think we want this. Let's select this as our next milestone. That is honestly really not that expensive. Oh, is this something re-entering? What was that? That sounded like a bomb. Oh, okay, yes, sure enough, that is that re-entering. Okay, let's go grab all of our concrete over here. Should have plenty, and we've got these little miners that are definitely full. Go and grab all of that, and grab all of that, and let's hope that we have at least 100. Yes, we do. We have over 100. Okay, very good. And we're going to want this obstacle clearing. I think this is just going to give us better fuel and more of it. Put this concrete in here. I know we are on a short supply of concrete, but now we can go ahead and make more cable, which is going to, in return, make some more wire. Perfect. Okay, we went ahead and made a bunch of different materials. Ooh, we did forget to make the wire. Okay, back to another time lapse. You know, now that I'm looking at this, these screws are really expensive. So it might not be a bad idea to start turning these rods that we're making just directly into screws. I think that this is probably going to require us to have a bit more power, but don't think that it's going to be a bad idea for the long run of this game. So I think let's just go ahead and let's just bite the bullet, and I think we just do it. Toss down a constructor right here. I'm going to have to probably pull this thing a little bit further. Oh wow, I wasn't even paying attention. I don't have near the materials I need to make this bad boy. Okay, now we should have the materials we need. That is hilarious. I wasn't even paying attention. Was not even paying attention. Okay, let's go ahead and slap that down nice and even in there. Throw a conveyor belt into the 2 of these. And this is going to construct the iron rod into screws. Of course, we have no power. Let's hope that this just doesn't break down our whole line here. Oh my goodness, I'm like, why is this not building? It's because you don't have any of the materials, you idiot. Okay, there we go. Let's grab the power line, let's take this, and let's see which one of these has an open slot for us. This one does. Is that gonna burn up too much power? I think we're good, Okay, these, wow, these are doing really good on power. These are doing really good. We don't need a lot of stuff plugged into that at all. Okay, let's see here. Now let's just throw this storage box back. Plug our conveyor belt into it. Okay, perfect. Now we've got optimization when it comes to screws. How many of these is it poking out? Oh, it's about maybe just under 1 a second. Very good. Now we can also come over here and make our own. Okay, I went ahead and made 400 of these. Let's just plug these in here. I'm really curious to see how many this is outputting. Okay, yes, this is doing really good. Okay, so we're almost to our goal. I might just hurry and make the rest of them. So for every 500 I can craft by hand, it's making about 100 of these. Let's just hurry and let's just top off the rest of these. There we go. Plug this in here, and we should be able to get, looks like a chainsaw? Okay, let's see.
Milestone reached.
I assume we'd craft it here, maybe? Yes, we do.
From any
160 more screws, okay.
To aid in biofuel production,
And
the chainsaw
5 reinforced plates. Okay. Okay, so we need a couple more of these cables. Let's just go grab a butt ton of this wire. Look, we've got wire crafting up here for a reason. Let's just go freaking grab it. I'm getting sick and tired of having to make that stupid wire. Yeah, look at that. We have 350 of it up here. What are we doing? Just being idiots, that's what. Look at that flying guy. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Just with the freaking planet in the background, too. So gorgeous. Perfect jump, as always. Absolutely gorgeous jump. Let's make a little bit of this cable. We honestly don't need much, but might as well just slap together a little bit of it. Grab ourselves a chainsaw, yeah? Ooh, 160 of these. 160. About halfway there. We're about halfway there. We can do this in double time right now. Do this in double time. There we go, there's 160. Make ourselves the chainsaw. Wow, this is gonna be nice, isn't it? Holy cow, look at this. We got ourselves a chainsaw. Okay, so what does this run off? Biofuel. I remember seeing that we made this. Yes, solid biofuel. Ooh, wow, this takes a second to make, doesn't it? But the chainsaw is already running. I wonder if we plug this into our cookers, if this is good for cooking. I'm sure it is. Just Let's make a lot of this biofuel. I think we're probably going to want it. And I think it's going to be a whole lot easier for us to get more leaves and wood. Okay, perfect. That should be enough biofuel for right now. I want to see, we have an assembler, and this stuff, I mean, this is a pretty hefty little thing. We want to do that? I think let's just set this as our sights for right now. Just set this for our sights for right now, and we're just going to let our resources kind of gather over there, and maybe we can come over here and see if there's anything else that we can add to this just to make it a bit nicer. I think a ramp is necessary there, yeah, and probably the same thing on this side. And I'd like to start utilizing this. I just don't know if we got a little bit over our heads. We didn't. This would be very, very nice to just start implementing some stuff going into here. It'd be very, very nice. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea just for us to throw this foundation up here. Depending on obviously how much materials we have to do it. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, we're not going to be able to finish this section of it, but that's okay. Wait, actually, you know what? Heaven forbid we might. Heaven forbid we might. Sure can. Very good. Okay, and now we're also going to want a way up it. A lookout tower. Nothing in here. Doesn't look like we have a ladder. Okay, so let's make a nice little ramp. Perfect. We can just break out one of these little walls. Get ourselves our little second story here. Amazing. I understand that we've got a mission to do here, but I think, if anything, we just want to make it look nice. Just want to make it look nice. First things first, if there's anything that I'd want to do, I'd want to take all of the iron farms and I'd want to bring them this way. It would require us to have a lot of conveyor belts, which requires a lot of these plates. So I think let's just go ahead and do it. Grab these plates. Grab these plates. Grab these plates. And let's see here, because this is smelting it. No, that's smelting it. Okay, let's think about this. Let's go make the smelters in there right now. Let's go do that. So I think about this logistically. If we have conveyor belts, and we're just gonna mess around with this for a second. Rotated that so we wouldn't have to deal with this. Let's think about this. Let's think about this like smart people. We have this. We have a conveyor belt coming in here. The conveyor belt's going to be bringing in materials. And then if we just immediately go straight to a lift, we put everything upstairs. You know what? No, I think that's a little bit too much. Let's just toss down smelters. So I think if we've got the conveyor belts coming in right here, we use smelter here and a smelter in line here. And then we have a splitter. So let's see how this works. We can destroy this for the time being, and let's just put a splitter. I say, maybe, can we just attach it directly to this thing? Is there a way that we can just, is that just gonna plug directly into this? No, I can't tell if that's doing what we want it to do or not. We have to put a conveyor into this. There. Okay, so there's a conveyor going into that one now. And then if we grab this, we can just plug that into that. And I think now we should be able to get rid of the two smelters we have over there and just use these ones. And then let's do the exact same thing we just did on that side on this side. Let's go splitter. Let's have the output of the splitter coming out right here. We can go ahead and grab our conveyor belt, attach it there. Ooh, that is not even remotely close to where we want it. I want a splitter. Make sure that this gets nice and lined up. I don't think that we're doing this very good. That is nice and lined up. Let's go conveyor belt into this, and then into this, and then put another one, because we're going to need a merger here now. Here, with a conveyor belt that goes directly into that, and then the splitter will take from this and put, I actually don't think we even need this now that I'm looking at it. I think we can just go direct conveyor belt and save us the materials. Yes, we can just go direct conveyor belt. Okay, so now that that's going into that, both of those are going to go into a... Ooh, we need two constructors though. Okay, well, I'm liking how this is looking so far, and obviously we're going to keep this until we get the whole thing built in here and we can literally just transfer power. I think that's the way that we're probably going to run this. And it looks like this is out of power. Let's just plug this in for right now. I want to use this for the chainsaw. And I think to end this episode off, let's go do just a little bit of a mining session, or I should say a deforestation session, and let's use this chainsaw. Get ourselves a little bit more fuel for next episode. Well, if that wasn't the most satisfying thing I've ever done, and that was such a quick way for us to just get so much wood and so many bits of leaves. And I think now that we have all of this stuff, it might not be a bad idea to turn this into a little bit of a power plant. Also, along with all of our smelters, and start maybe using the constructor to force biofuel. But I think that is a thing for next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching it. Seriously, it means the world to me. If you guys want to see more type of content like this, feel free to pop over to Twitch. I'm going to be streaming every single day, 8 to 9 hours a day, so I would love to see your beautiful faces there. Also, if you just want to stick to the YouTube channel, I would really appreciate a subscribe. It's free, and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. And if you don't even want to subscribe, just hit a like on the video and maybe throw down a comment to let me know how much you liked this video, just so I know to keep doing these. And if you guys want to see more of this, if you don't think that we made it near as far as you wanted to see in this episode, do not worry, because I'm going to have plenty more of these coming in the later days, and you are going to be able to watch every single one of them. But once again, if you want to see more of this type of content, feel free to pop over to Twitch. I'm going to have a lot more content going on over there. It's going to be 8 to 9 hours every single day of nothing but pure content. So if you guys like this, feel free to pop over there, and I would love to see you. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.